Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving headfirst into the world of acids in cosmetology and skincare. It's a powerful area.
Definitely powerful. They're everywhere, aren't they? From like gentle home serums
Mhm.
to really intense professional peels.
Exactly. And understanding them is, well, it's absolutely key.
It really is. Used correctly, they can be amazing tools for transforming skin,
Yeah.
but used incorrectly,
Right.
yeah, that's where problems can start.
Right. So to kind of cut through some of that complexity, we've been digging into these excerpts from a professional online course. It's called Mastering Acids in Cosmetology.
hmm And our goal here for this deep dive is really to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge from that material.
Yeah, give you the core insights that professionals get.
Exactly. So you understand the power, but also the precision needed for using acids safely, effectively. Whether you're a professional yourself or maybe you're just curious about what goes into these treatments.
Or even just what's in that bottle on your own shelf.
Right.
So we'll be looking at the different kinds of acids, what makes them tick, how they're applied safely, and, the crucial do's and don'ts.
Well, this course material we looked at, it's designed to give skincare specialists a really solid foundation.
Both theory and practice.
Yeah, exactly. The theoretical understanding and the practical skills you need to work with acids confidently.
And it's for newcomers as well as experienced pros.
That's what it seems like.
Mm.
Aimed at, beginners, but also people already in the field who want to go deeper.
Okay, sounds pretty comprehensive then. It seems like it covers all the key players, right? We saw mentors of AHAs, BHAs, PHAs, even TCO.
Yeah, and it even gets into combining them, like in multi-component formulas,
Mm-hmm.
which is, another level.
It's not just about what they are, though. The material seems to really focus on how you use them.
Oh, definitely. It talks about specific application techniques, things from, very gentle superficial treatments
Right.
to much more involved multi-layer approaches. Sometimes they call it the sandwich technique for deeper results.
A sandwich technique, interesting. And it mentioned protocols too, like step-by-step guides.
Yes, tailored for different skin types, different concerns. It really stresses how you get the best results without damaging the skin.
That balance seems critical.
It is. And it includes how to combine different acids safely, which isn't always straightforward.
And importantly, safety first, right? I noticed it mentioned first aid for acid burns.
Yeah, that tells you something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How seriously you need to take these ingredients. It's non-negotiable when you're working with stuff this potent.
Absolutely. And I think it mentioned videos too. Practical demonstrations.
Training videos,
Huh.
which makes sense. Seeing how these techniques are actually done is, well, it's vital if you're learning this professionally. You can't just read about it.
Okay, so that's the overview of the course material. Let's dig into the real meat of it. What are the key things, the actual knowledge and skills this material says you need to grasp about acids?
Well, first off, the material really hammers home the need for an in-depth understanding of the acids themselves.
Like their chemistry.
Yeah, their chemical properties, sure, but also how they work on the skin. Their mechanisms of action. What are they actually doing at a cellular level?
And the specific effects, like exfoliation, collagen boosting.
Exactly. Is it targeting pigment? Is it stimulating collagen? Is it just exfoliating the surface? You need to know that.
Okay, so once you understand the what and how, then you can choose the right one.
Precisely. It's not about just using any peel.
Yeah.
It's about selection. Picking the best acid or maybe a blend
Yeah.
for specific issues like acne or aging or hyperpigmentation or even just controlling oil.
And the material also seemed to focus a lot on mastering techniques based on strength, right? Different
Yeah.
concentrations.
Oh, yeah. Huge focus. It covers the whole spectrum from like the low concentrations you might find in over-the-counter serums, maybe a 5% AHA,
Pretty common.
right, all the way up to really high concentrations used only in professional settings. It gave that example of, what was it, up to 70% AHA?
70%. Wow.
Yeah.
That's serious stuff. Needs to be medical grade, surely.
Absolutely. And that massive range just highlights the precision needed. A 5% gentle buff versus a 70% major procedure. Very different worlds.
And it's not just putting it on, right? It's the whole process.
No, exactly. The material covers the practical skills, applying it safely, the crucial step of neutralization for a lot of peels.
Which is stopping the acid working.
Right, stopping it at just the right moment so you don't cause damage. And then, of course, proper post-treatment care, helping the skin heal correctly.
You mentioned those advanced methods too, like
Yeah.
multi-layering.
The sandwich thing again.
Yeah.
Applying several layers, maybe even different types of acids. That allows pros to tackle more complex skin problems, but obviously requires even more expertise.
So ultimately, the goal of this kind of training is confidence.
I think so. Confidence to choose the right path, to customize treatments for individual clients, and, importantly, to really boost the results they can achieve safely in their practice.
Okay, let's try and distill this even more. Based on this material, what are the absolute core principles for using acids safely and effectively, like the how to do it right rules?
Well, a really critical point that comes through is that an acid's effect isn't just its name, like glycolic acid. There are several factors that determine how strong it is, how deep it goes, how it actually behaves on the skin.
Right. And the first big one is pH level.
Yep, the acidity scale, lower pH means a stronger acid. The material mentioned that typical professional AHA BHA products are often formulated between pH 3.0 and 4.0.
Lower pH makes it work better, but also riskier.
Exactly, it's a balance. Then there's concentration, the percentage of acid.
We saw that huge range, 5% to 70% AHA.
Right. Higher percentage generally means deeper penetration into the skin, so 5% is mild exfoliation, 70% is a serious medical peel needing real expertise and downtime.
Okay. Concentration, pH, what else? Ah, molecular size. That was interesting.
Yeah, that's a key one. The size of the acid molecule actually matters quite a lot.
The smaller ones go deeper.
That's the idea. Glycolic acid, for instance, has a small molecule, so it penetrates quite deeply quite quickly.
Okay.
Whereas something like mandelic acid has a larger molecule, it stays more on the surface, penetrates slower, which generally makes it gentler. Better for sensitive skin sometimes, or for beginners.
It's like trying to push different size beads through a mesh, right? Smaller ones slip through easier.
Good analogy, yeah.
Mhm.
And finally, the formulation itself, how the acid is actually delivered in the product.
You mean what else is in the bottle?
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Is the acid encapsulated maybe for a slower release? Is it buffered? Is it formulated with, say, hydrating things like hyaluronic acid or ceramides? All that can make even a strong acid feel less irritating or work differently.
Okay, so those are the big factors professionals consider. pH, concentration, molecule size, formulation. Taking those principles.
Right.
What about for someone at home, not doing professional peels, but maybe using, an acid serum or toner? What does this professional material suggest indirectly?
Well, the absolute number one rule, echoed throughout the professional approach, has got to be start slow, really slow, and be incredibly careful.
Slow means low concentration.
Definitely. Begin with those lower percentages. The material gave examples like glycolic around 5%, lactic maybe 5–10%, salicylic maybe 1 or 2%, much, much lower than anything used in a pro peel.
And not using it every day straight away.
Absolutely not. Frequency is crucial. Start just maybe 2 or 3 times a week, tops. See how your skin reacts. Only think about increasing it gradually if your skin is clearly tolerating it well. No irritation.
And timing matters too, right? Apply them at night.
Yes, the material emphasizes nighttime application. Why? Mainly to minimize sun sensitivity issues. Acids can make your skin much more vulnerable to the sun.
Which leads straight to the biggest rule of all.
Sunscreen, non-negotiable. Always, always follow up with broad spectrum sun protection. SPF 50 or higher is best. Every single morning. Even if you only use the acid the night before. Even if it's cloudy.
Seriously, cannot stress that enough.
No. And to help with potential dryness or irritation, the material suggests pairing acids with hydrating ingredients.
Like hyaluronic acid. Or a good moisturizer.
Exactly. Use a hydrating serum, maybe a ceramide-rich moisturizer, either alongside the acid or shortly after, to kind of buffer the skin and keep it happy.
And there's a big warning in there too, isn't there, about going too far?
Oh, absolutely. Avoid overuse. It's so easy to get enthusiastic and think more is better, but it's not. Using acids too often or too strong too soon or without building tolerance, you can really damage your skin's natural barrier.
And that leads to
Chronic irritation, redness, peeling,
Right.
dehydration. Paradoxically, it can make your skin more sensitive and reactive in the long run. Not the goal at all.
Right. This also touches on layering acids with other actives like vitamin C or retinoids. The course material mentions this is covered.
The principle being you need to know the right, safe combinations.
Yeah, it seemed to imply this isn't just random experimentation. You need to know what plays well together to get benefits and avoid, well, irritation or just canceling each other out. It's a skill.
Definitely a professional skill. It's not guesswork. Knowing which ingredients work together safely is crucial.
So looking back at this course material overall, the value seems pretty clear. For the pros.
Yeah, for professionals, mastering all this means they can work confidently. They can create really effective, customized plans for their clients and get visible results, but safely.
And for you, listening at home, maybe it gives you a better appreciation for just how complex professional treatments are and helps decode some of those ingredients on your own skincare labels.
I think so. Understanding things like pH matters, concentration matters, even molecule size. It helps you choose home products more wisely and use them more safely too.
It's definitely more involved than just picking a product off the shelf because it says acid on it.
Way more involved. Mastering acids, even at a basic level, is about understanding the science behind them, all the variables, and applying the techniques with real precision and care.
Okay, so let's wrap up this deep dive. Here's something to think about. We've seen how much things like concentration, pH, even the size of the molecule can totally change how an acid works.
hmm And how vital things like starting slow, hydrating, and especially sun protection are. Crucial.
Right. So given all that precision required and the very real potential for irritation or damage if misused, how much does truly safe and effective acid use, especially with the stronger stuff, really depend on expert guidance? Hands-on training versus just trying to figure it out from reading ingredient lists.
That's a great question. Where's the line between informed consumer choice
hmm
and needing professional oversight?
Yeah. What stands out to you from all this about the sheer power these ingredients have and maybe the respect they demand?